Hi, I'm Amazon. I'm in everyone's house, and no one seems to care. I'm evasive. I don't care about your financial situation. Give me your money. Amazon. You may hate me, but you love me. Amazon. Yes. The prime prices are going up, but you still want me. Amazon.com. Now just Amazon. No .com.
Hey y'all, and welcome to Culture Cult, where we are one podcast with 197 countries to explore stories and history from. I'm your host, Marie, and this week we are doing travel stories. So that's when you send in your best travel stories to be read aloud, and we hear from guests on their favorite travel stories also. So send in your favorite travel stories to our email, culturecultshow@gmail.com. And remember to comment, rate, and subscribe to the show. Cheers and enjoy. Okay, I'm going to do an intro. I hate this part. I can't stand the beginning.
What do you mean? What are you talking about right now?
Like the intro.
Just do the intro.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the show. And man, I am excited for this episode. We have a comedian, a podcaster, a musician, an all-around talent, and a guy who once forgot he was wearing contacts and wore them for 2 years straight, till they disintegrated into his eyes for 2 years straight again. It's my friend Ralph, a.k.a. SOURJACK.
What's up? A.k.a. I can see, everyone. It's like they disintegrated in his eyes and he can never see again. Rumor has it he's the next Stevie Wonder.
Okay, before we get into this, I actually do want to talk about that story because I told everyone at work immediately after you told us that, and now it's for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Okay, so 2007, I bought contacts, and I was like, what? I was in my teens. So I bought these contacts, and as a teen, you're like, I don't have to take them out every day. And I'd push it. I'd push the limit, like, all right, 3 days. Let me take them out now. 4 days. All right, let me take them out. And then there was one time I was down to my last pair, and I was like, let's just see how long these can ride.
Holy shit.
Let's see how long. Let me trick my brain and saying these are my eyes.
Wow.
I tricked my brain. I was like, these are my eyes. I do not have contacts on. I can actually see. Wow. I can see. And from 07, I remember 07. Yeah. 08. Yeah. Whole
God.
Year 08. Just nothing eventful, but I just remember 09. Like, yeah.
So 3 years.
Early 2010. But my eyes were bothering me, and I was just like, all right, it's time.
It's time.
I've been holding on for so long.
After
I'm like, you know what? I'll just take these out of my eyes, see if they can help my congestion. So I just take them out of my eyes, and I put them on the bathroom counter, and they just evaporated in air. How contacts stay? They did not. They just disappeared. It was like the magical contacts.
They were like, thank fuck.
Yeah, they were just like, thank you. I can now join my other contact brothers and sisters in Christ. Because I was like, the way they disintegrated was just like, it was like old contact age. Like, it is finished. Yeah, I made them work. I tricked my brain. I think the key is I have contacts in now, but I'm taking them out. I'm not fucking around.
Yeah, please don't.
But the key is to trick your brain. People are like, oh, I forgot. I had my contacts in, fell asleep with them. I forgot for 3 years. That's it. Dude, I fell asleep with my contacts. I was like,
That's me. One day I'm like, oh, that's it. It's over.
I just
there goes my vision.
Anytime I was blinking and it was hard, I was just blink 3 times. And I'm smoking weed in this. Eyes are getting dry. You would think, I got to take these contacts out. Well, I wasn't smoking weed like that. But yeah.
Well, speaking of drugs,
okay.
Thank you for telling me that. I was very curious.
Yeah.
This is a drug episode.
Yay.
If you're like, I hate drugs, then please exit on the left because we're going to be talking drugs and we're going to be talking the desert, specifically Joshua Tree, which is a place to do drugs. And before we got into that, I really wanted to talk about that story because that's absolute ridiculousness.
I think it's motivating. It's inspirational.
Is it?
I think you just got to believe.
There's some eye doctor out there that's cringing.
Yo.
There's an eye doctor out there who turned off this
Probably got mad. But I went to an eye doctor right after that happened. And they're like, "Oh, you got healthy eyes." I was like, So what are y'all saying? Like,
they want you to buy.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I'm not gonna chance it again. Like I think those are like youthful eyes. I think
no.
Those eyes
Don't
weren't really looking at a screen as much as they are now. Like, so yeah, definitely do not do that now. If you're a kid, you're like, okay, I'll push it 5 years. I was like, don't do it. Because if you're blind, hey, I'm not responsible for that.
Yeah.
I'm just a lucky kid. I'm a lucky kid. That's it.
So don't do that. And again, we're not promoting putting your contacts in for 3 years or doing drugs. But yeah, so we're doing your travel story today. Let's back it up. I want to talk about your relationship with travel. Like, Is that something you crave at all or think about?
Yeah, I think about it today. When I was driving, I was like, there's so many people here. Like, there's too many people. I was just like, do I need to just leave? I need to leave. It's not me being annoyed at people. I think I've just been around so many people.
Yes.
So it's time for me to just like space out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, LA's huge.
And it's just like, are they feeding more people into the city? I'm just like, how?
I thought about that today. I was looking at all these apartments because we have like a really good rooftop view where we're recording at. And I was like, oh my God, at that building, there's like 45 people, 50 people. And then that building, there's another. And then I kept looking. I was like, oh my God, there's so many people around me.
It's kind of stop. It's making me vomit a little bit. And I'm one of those people. So I know.
We're part of it.
And it's just like, where are they going? It's like, where are you going? It's just like, you're fucking right.
I know.
I should be home.
So are you craving more like scenic places right now?
Yeah, I'm craving more Hawaii. I'm craving more ocean sounds, more rain on leaves sounds. More thunder in the background sound, but it's not really lightning, but it's just like thunder. Yes. You're like, oh, this is. Yes. I crave those because I haven't had that in a while, and I think you need that as a human.
So, but did you travel a lot as a kid?
I did travel. I mean, just really, mostly Haiti during the summer times. I would go to Haiti during maybe like elementary, middle school, and then high school. Stopped freshman year. It was just like, this shit gotta stop. Like, we can't go every fucking year. And then I went to Australia for a little bit and New Zealand for a little bit like a student Voyager trip type shit they had. So it was like, that was cool. And then I was supposed to go to Japan. And then pandemic. Like, I was supposed to go to Japan. Like, I was like, our fraternity always takes like trips and they always go. And I was like, if y'all go to Japan, I'll go. Like, that is a country I will probably not come back from. Yeah.
What attracts you to Japan? Why would you say you wouldn't come back?
I just feel like it's busy, but with a purpose. I feel like everyone's like their fashion is like the number one fashion. It inspired everyone. It inspires like every root of fashion. Like, you can see Italy, but they all rooted from Japan, like dead ass. Like, and just like the way they adopt culture in their own way, the way they tailor their suits. I think it's mostly fashion.
Fashion is like a visual thing. I think that's why a lot of people are attracted to Japan. It's very visual.
Yeah.
Like,
because I would live in Singapore. That city looks amazing to live in.
Yeah.
But I hear there's like strict rules. Like,
it's a lot of rules.
Yeah.
But like the rules work for people. That's why like there's no poverty or crime, so they say. And like you just do your thing, you follow the rules. And if you're not a rule person, I think you should not.
Yeah. I mean, if it progresses the country,
if there's a spectrum, LA is here and Singapore is on the other fucking end.
Yeah.
LA's like, no fucking rules. Take a shit on the street and look someone in the eye.
LA kind of reminds me of Haiti in a way, where I was just like, this is crazy. They used to think like, Haiti's so poor, they can't control them. And I'm just like, LA wild, bro. Like, LA is wild, bro. Like, I see as much human shit. I think like here, I've seen more craziness here than I've seen in Haiti. And Haiti's wild.
Well, what is Haiti like besides like outside of the stereotypes people have for it?
Yeah, I would think like the stereotypes that they promote is kind of wild, and sometimes it's misleading, and other times it's rightfully so. Like, there is violence down there for sure. Like family members affected type shit. So, but on the flip side, as a people, when it's calm, when I went there, like during the summer, like I feel like it was just like strong nation of people. Like, everyone is opinionated, everyone is strong willed, and like, I can do this type shit. But like, Man, I used to go to the rivers and just climb hills and listen to ghost stories in Haiti, and that shit's on another level.
Oh wait, do you have one?
It was just like one guy that turned into a goat. Like I don't have like it was just like how they explain it. We're around a fire,
yes,
and it's just like they're telling a story about like and this guy he used to be the man around town and da da da. Then he slept with some girl, and then 3 days later, you've never seen him again, but he came back as a goat. You're like, what the fuck? And then you can hear the goat now, and then you hear goats in the background like, ah, ah, ah. You're like, no, this isn't real. All right, go to sleep.
Like I'll never have sex again.
Yo, I was like, not with strangers, like
too high of a risk.
Yeah, not to turn into a goat. Hell no. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how pretty you are. I'm not gonna have sex with you if I know the chances is I turn into a goat. Like,
but do you think he knew his chances? That's what's scary. I think he just like, I'm gonna have fun tonight, and then he woke up in a fucking pasture.
That's what I'm saying. That's what exactly.
That's the horror story.
Yeah, and maybe that girl knew what was gonna happen to him, and was just like, "Ha, I'm gonna lead you on anyway." Anyways, moral of the story: don't turn into a goat. Not every pretty woman is worth turning into a goat. But yeah, the beaches were fucking nice. The fresh fish that they would cook on the side as they were grilled, that was cool. Like getting on a boat that's not like a boat that you'd see on TV, but it's like a real wooden boat. You're like, oh shit, this is like history boat.
This has been passed down.
Yeah, this is a boat. Like, holy shit. And we're going to different islands and we're eating fresh food. And it was just like, it's a beautiful island. It is like, it's the people that it's like, it's a lot of turmoil. But as far as like individuals and people that go there and you want to have a good time, you better have some family. I say
really?
You have to. I feel like anyone that's going to Haiti should just have a couple people like, or you can go into the tourism part, which is beautiful as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is I think is beautiful. It's like the city is like crazy right now. Like I'm not even gonna tell you to go to Haiti. Like I'm not even gonna tell anyone to like. It's like it's not even like news. It's just like family members just like, yo, we had to delay our flights because there were gunshots, but it's okay. We're like, whoa, no. Like my cousin was there. She was just there. And she's like, I'm not going. I was like, y'all not selling me on Haiti ever. Like, it's just too violent right now. It's
really?
Like a lot of, it's always been that way, but this time it's turned up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it used to be everyone's like retirement plan. Like, oh, I'm going to work in America, then build my house in Haiti. Everyone had it. Like, uncles had it. My dad's had it. They all had this dream. And then, like, some way somehow it just got too violent where they couldn't go back. Like, and I'm talking about they go back every summer.
Wow.
And it was just like, oh, I can't go back. Like my uncle got robbed, like his motorcycle took his chain off and everything. It's just like, if they see any notoriety, like they're robbing or kidnapping anyone that they feel like has some kind of like, they rob, like, imagine robbing a hot dog lady on the corner of the street. And just because like they know your son's work in America, so make them pay. So they're just like, yo, this hot dog lady's not going to sell hot dogs until her son's paid $10,000.
What?
Yeah, it's like that crazy down there.
Shit.
So it's just like, physically, it's a beautiful country. The rivers and the fucking beaches are like nice, but
it's high risk.
It's high risk, high reward if you want to. But,
get robbed or turn into a
But
goat.
there's some people that be like, yo, we just went to the tourism side and it's great. And I was just like, well, if I'm going to Haiti, I got to see my family.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not just going to go to tourism.
Also, like, people literally live there. You know, it's like when you travel, you could just ignore and just be like, I'm going to go and just be in my casino hotel, which you can do. It's like these people don't have that option though.
Yeah.
You know, it's like really they literally live that. Yeah. So it's like, I think if you want to learn about the world, you should, I don't know, take that risk and like just be aware.
Staying at a resort.
I will not.
I mean, I've done it before, and I was just like, I went like to Mexico, and I was like on a resort with my cousins. I was like, this shit ain't real though. It's just a
Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's just how Disneyland is fun for a day, but did you like learn anything? You know, it's like it's a curated experience, which is like, I was talking about with cruises. Like, I don't know who I was talking about this with, but I love a cruise. There's nothing more fun in the world when you first step onto a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. Bro, when you first step on, it's shocking. Like it's you're in a mall on the ocean. And I don't even like malls, but it's shocking what they can do on a boat. But then it settles in, you're like day 3, you're going to these ports. People are places like Haiti, places like Jamaica where they're like, they will hassle you for $1. And it's like, this doesn't feel right. I'm on a boat with like 45 pools.
Yeah,
Morally,
yeah.
it doesn't feel right. And it's not worth the shock of like, oh my God, look at me, I'm on a cruise. It's just, for me personally, it's polluting the waters. It's extravagant in a fun and not fun way. Like,
I've never been on one.
I think you really should go as a one-time thing, but don't make it your main travel.
Yeah.
But because I want to see every country. So I know there's certain countries like Haiti that are going to be difficult, especially as a woman. I'm going to just have to come in prepared.
Oh
like,
God.
He said, "Oh God."
Yeah, I'm like, yo, not yet, not in the next 5.
Okay.
Yeah, you can wait. You can wait on that.
Maybe I'll go as an old lady where they're like, "You can't rob an old lady." I guess.
Yeah, they won't rob an old lady.
I'll just go when I'm like 80, and I'm like,
yeah,
please.
just go at 80 and just like have a friend that speaks French, and then they're just showing you because there's very beautiful people there.
Yeah.
Like it's just fucking crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I want to plan too. Like every country, I kind of want to have a friend there, or at least know someone that I'd be like, "Hey, what's this like?" I'm going to Hawaii, and I was just like, "Hey, you live? I don't want to do a resort. Can I crash at your place? You don't have to take care of me. Let me just have a place to like crash."
Sleep. Yeah. I think that's the best like way to travel, especially in certain countries that are more difficult. You know, they just how in LA, I'm like, let me show you LA. Don't go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let me show you LA. And so I think that's a really smart way to travel, especially in certain areas, you know? But we are here for a travel story.
Okay.
And so again, we're going to talk about drugs. We're going to talk about Joshua Tree.
All right.
But before we get into that, let's take a break.
Circa is a brand new travel channel. It's filled with shows to help you learn how to travel this amazing world. Our guides are written and hosted by locals, with dedicated episodes about food, music, history, architecture, sports, fashion, and much, much more. Circa is a new immersive way to help you plan the perfect trip. Just search Circa. That's CERCA. New episodes will be released all the time. Circa. Love the world you live in, and we'll help you explore it.
Wow, Joshua Tree. This was... Damn, was this pandemic? I guess it was pandemic because it was my friend who now lives in Hawaii. It was her birthday. And it was a group of friends. Like, it was like 10 of us. And we're just going on this, like, they're going to Joshua Tree. You're down? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down. Like, never been, heard rumors. Let's go. Like, you know. So they got a spacious place, like a nice cabin, plenty of room, just like in the middle of the desert. Like, you know, you got to drive past everything. And there's no neighbors around. It's just space. And I think the people that own the Airbnb that we were renting from, they had like a small cabin on the, like in the front that they would stay in the main houses back there. I'm talking windpipe bells and just like a big ass wooden tree that's a dining table. Like just kind of like, it was just like, it was perfect. Just really nice. And so my friends show up. They're like, they want to do like cocaine. I was like, this is not the place.
I don't think, no.
I was just like, oh, we can't do. I was like, is this all we have? Is like, because I brought weed. I was like, I don't mind smoking weed, but it's just like cocaine is so fucking. It's so lame in nature. It's so lame. Like, but they're like, oh, this is what we're doing. I was like, okay. So, like now, other friends are coming in, like. And then this girl, she was like, "Oh, we got LSD. You want to do something?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to."
So
she
much
was
better.
Like, yeah, it was like really great. I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." And it was like, "Oh, these are gel tabs, so they hit kind of different." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Let's go!" Like, so we all take a tab, and we're now playing music, but it's like cool, like a nice cool outside, like where you can go out, and the moon is just shining on top. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Joshua Tree, but it's like the moon is right there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like a flashlight almost. Like, ding, 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 ding. Like, what are y'all doing here? That's how bright it is. And the stars are like crazy. Like crazy. So the drugs are hidden, but it's not like hidden like yet. So like me on LSD, me on any drug that's like euphoric, I don't know. I think I'm the best cheerleader in the world. I'm just like, yo, you got this. I'll go into your soul and find that thing that's making you sad and tell you it doesn't matter. Like, you are a great human being. So I'm just talking. Sometimes I don't even listen. I'll just talk and call things out. And the birthday girl starts crying. I was like, what the fuck?
You're like, what am I saying?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, what am I saying? Like, find out it's her first time taking LSD.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, shit. You should have told. Someone should have told me. I thought you'd done this before. Like, I've done this. I've done this in Miami. I've done this in Chicago, New York. Like, I've done it in cities. Like, Chicago is the best one. But no, Joshua Tree is like number one. So she's crying, and then someone's like, hey, I made you a grilled cheese. I was like, yo, look how you know how, like, you're on these drugs. Like, if you haven't had LSD before, guys, or any like psychedelic drug, I feel like the universe, it opens up you, and it kind of like shows you how to be aligned and what it takes to be aligned. It gives you kind of the clues that you've been looking for. You just got to be open to it. And sometimes magic things happen even on the smallest scale. You're like, oh, what a coincidence, but it's not. It's just like you're now realizing every movement matters. You know, like it's a beautiful. I feel like LSD is more of a ask and you shall receive.
Okay.
It is just like a way to talk to the universe and to realize how small you are and how special you are and how wonderful you are, but also it's everything. Like it's really everything you're thinking. Like, but yeah, it has to be like pure intentions too. And sometimes you're just tripping fucking balls. Like sometimes. So going back to Joshua Tree, we're tripping. It's hitting, but it's not hitting. We're still outside chat. I was like, yo, let's go to the front of the house, because there was like a nice little patio couch in the front of the house where you could see just the stars and shit, like, and the sun, and like you could just see the stars and you could just sit up there and just stare. All of a sudden, I'm like seeing the stars come so close, and I'm just like, I'm talking close, like I'm just like, and they're all coming down, and I'm looking at the birthday girl. I was like, Natalia, do you see this? And she's bugging out because she's first time on drugs. Like, so she's like, I was just like, are y'all seeing? And then as soon as I said that, a shooting star, multicolored, goes across the sky, like in slow motion, but in fast motion. It was like
reading rainbow.
Yes. Like reading rainbow, or the ones you see, the more you know, like you see that shooting star.
Yes.
Multicolored rainbow tail, shooting star shoots across the sky. I'm like, I'm tripping. There's no way. I look, she jumps up from the couch because she's like, holy shit, what did we just witness? Julie was like, ah. I was like, oh my God. I felt like I just watched, in a weird way, 9/11. Like, I would never see this shit again. Yeah. Like, it was like, holy shit. Like, and we jump up like, holy shit, we just saw a shooting star. And then I was just like, oh, we're special. Because we ran in the house and we're like, oh, we just saw a shooting star. And it was just like, yo, they're not going to get the same energy we got from that. Like, that was for us, y'all. That was like, that shit right there was for us. Like, we are special beings for seeing that. And there's like 15 people in the house. Only 3 of us saw that. And it was the birthday girl and the girl that got me on the LSD. So I was like, this shit was cool. Then they got me then I was like noticing the frequency of silence in Joshua Tree, where it was just like quiet and you can hear that flat line of silence. And I was like, I've never heard silence before. Like, I've heard of being silent, but like to hear it, I was like, holy shit, this is incredible. Like, incredible. Silence is a luxury. We don't really get to hear true silence. Like, and really be in this head or in our mind of just like appreciation. Then I like picked up a rock and I was like, what the fuck is a rock? Like, what is a rock? Like, what? Then you're just looking out at the sun rise coming from Joshua Tree now. And I'm just holding a rock, making people laugh. I'm like, this is a rock. We are on a rock. We are floating on a rock. Oh my God. Every one of this thing that we're in close imagination. Someone imagine that building. Imagine this t-shirt. Imagine this.
That's so true, though.
Because we're all on a rock. We're all on a fucking.
That's true.
You understand? We're all on. And I'm sitting there like, we're like, this was like a crater Earth, and human beings like came through evolution, and we started imagining things and started putting things together. And like this building that we're in, the microphone that someone was like, I have to make this. So I'm going to make it. So it's not like nothing's real. Like it's everyone's imagination.
Oh my God, that's actually so true.
So that's what that trip taught me, a lot of just like, well, we're on a rock and we're all trying to figure it out. And everyone's imaginations turned into rules, something.
Things.
Yeah, to real things. So, okay, cool. Like that was, and it was just like, man, I saw the galaxies and the stars because they were like, lay down, open your eyes, like, and like really trip. Because I've always like, I want to do something. They're like, no, lay down. Like, and every time, like, it's so funny. Like, a female will always tell me, like, female energy, no matter what drug, you'll always have like a voice in your head. And it's always a female voice in my head. Like, but these actually were female people telling me to just like lay down and look. And you just see the stars expanding and just growing and the shit around them, like the world around them. It threw me off. This is a special place. I was like, I didn't even need to be on drugs.
No, you really
You don't. Like, I'm already elevated. I was already feeling, but it took me to another level. Like, yeah, this is it, man. Like, this is, but then I was like, how do I get this house in Joshua Tree? You know what I mean? Like, I have to use my imagination. So that was a trip. That was a fucking trip.
Joshua Tree, so like for people who don't know, it's outside LA and it's like there's lots of kinds of deserts in the world. And I haven't seen them all. I've seen the ones
been to Sedona.
Yeah, Sedona, Utah, Moab was sick, but I don't know what it is about Joshua Tree. But that place is a birthplace for creativity. And I think it's because the rocks are white. And so when the light hits it, it is soaking up the light. So no matter what time of day it is, that is now the color of the entire space. It's an actual canvas. So if you're visual, you are going to have a field day. Like sober, you're going to have a field day. Like we joke about these drugs and stuff, but you don't have to. You have to be open to hear the silence.
Yeah.
Because that's what the desert will bring you. I love the desert. You literally will just have
It's hot as fuck though.
It's hot, but then it gets cold.
Yeah.
So it's an absence of things. So therefore, if you don't like your headspace, maybe you don't even like yourself, if you're in the desert, you're going to have to face it. Because like there's nothing there, quote unquote nothing, but there actually is a lot. Like the rocks, if you look close, like it looks like there's no life, but there's like spiders and snakes and like, all things kinds of moving and things live underground. But it looks like nothing.
Yeah. I want to go out there again, like maybe Utah or something like. Because when you're in like the music scene, I feel like you need to be closer to the universe than people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? The original sounds of Earth, the tribal beats of like maybe like something else than actual beats on a computer. So
my friend Kyle, he always says the first lesson is to just listen. And like there's music. If you actually are in nature and you listen, there's all kinds of patterns of music. Yeah.
I was watching a documentary on just how the earth moves in the Sahara Desert and just the wind. And you could just see the patterns. I'm like, yo, even the earth is on a pattern. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's weird. We're just altering our patterns by doing different things, I feel like. Yeah, but anyways, back to traveling.
No, I agree. That's why I think the desert's somewhere.
It is
fucking spiritual.
It is a spiritual place to be.
I think different parts of nature bring different things out of people, and you cannot avoid creativity and artistry and looking at yourself. That's why deserts are a drug in a way. It's like it's going to bring you out of your own consciousness in a way. It's like, and that sounds so fucking hippie, but if you're, I don't know, like I grew up in Alabama. There's no deserts. So one of my favorite trips ever was my drive out to California when I first saw a desert, which was New Mexico for me. And I got to see the color tones change and the mood, and like the air was different, and all of a sudden everything visually was exciting to me. The colors of everything was being painted with different colors that you don't see in like places with trees.
Yeah, New Mexico, like
love New Mexico.
It's so desert, like you accept the sculptures that they do out there, and the art is different, like the teal blue and the like
love
because it kind of works out there, like it's like Mad Max almost in a way out there. It is a beautiful place of peace, though. It's peaceful there. I don't know. From what I traveled,
I think it's you need people. I think it's a community where like if you're gonna live in the desert, you actually need to lean on people because resources are scarce. You can't be an asshole in the desert. Like, what if you need something like water or electricity or basic needs? You're going to need to lean on people. And maybe
there's no neighbors that are so close to the houses. It's just like, it's you, and then you got to like drive all the way in case you needed something. So it's like,
I mean, so when I went to Joshua Tree, when
was this?
Oh, this was a couple years. I go there a lot, but like my first time. We all ate edibles. My friends ate it at night, and they had a very different experience than me. They ate it at night. I was drinking, so I was having a different time. And they were playing music on this large rock, and like the music was just, oh my God, you could hear it from miles away. And when you looked around, it looked like we were in some sort of ancient tribe. Like everyone's with their fires and the music. It was so beautiful. So they had a really good time at night. I had a good time too. But the next day, they were all done, hung over.
It always happens on the first day.
Well, then the sun beats down to you. But I'm a daylight girl. I don't want to take drugs at night. I like the daylight. So I was like, I'm gonna wait and save my edible for the daytime. So they're all hungover, and I was like, boop, beep, bop, take the edible, whatever. 30 minutes kick in. I'm like, I'm gonna go do yoga in the desert. So I take my yoga mat and I'm walking and I'm like, this is the spot. I put my yoga mat down. I start doing yoga. I'm like, fuck. And then there's just cactus all over me. It's like the yoga mat soaking up the cactus needles. So now I'm like covered in cactus. And then I mind you, I'm really high. So every functional things are not working. I start walking, I fucking trip into a cactus.
No, this is silly.
No, I said this. It's like some Looney Tunes shit. I'm over here like, but no, I only fell into my hand. So I had thin little cactus needles all over my hand. So I was like, okay, let's stop doing yoga. Let's stop walking through the desert high. Like, let's find our way back. And so I turn and I'm like, where the fuck is my campsite? Like, and I was like, wait, what? And so the Joshua Tree is very trippy. Things that look far could be close and vice versa. So I'm like, all I see.
Yeah, that's so cool about it. You're like, you're staring at a house that's so far, but it looks close, but it's far.
It's not fun when you're high and you can't find your tent. And I did walk a little ways, and like all I see is the horizon and the same damn tree over and over, the Joshua Tree. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, where the fuck am I? And that's when I had that thought of, if the desert was a killer, it would be poison, you know? Because it would be a slow death. It would be a slow realization of, I don't have water. There's too much sun. I don't have shade. And I was like,
panic, anxiety.
But it's like a slow, because you're kind of enjoying yourself. You're like, it's beautiful, the sun. But meanwhile, all of your resources are draining. And I was like, I had this thought while I was out there, and I was like, well, I can't find my tent. And I was like, oh, I'm having a good time though. But I was like, I low-key kind of need to find my tent and my water. And I kind of had that thought about it. But anyways, I found it. I just kind of kept walking, and the tent was blue and it just stuck out like a sore thumb. And I found it. I was so happy. They're still knocked out in the tent. So I was like, all right, let's try another activity. So I grabbed my little pen and paper, and I'm like, let me try to draw. And so I'm over here drawing. I'm having such a good time. And then I see these little cute little critters walking, and they're like making that noise. And I'm like, what the am I seeing? All these little tiny little creature birds are walking around, and they had these little long antennas with these balls on the top. And I was like, is anyone else seeing this? Like, my friends are asleep. I'm the only one seeing this rare fucking clan of birds. And so I'm like, I gotta start drawing this. Because when it reminded me of my art history class, when people came over to the Americas, the French colonizers would draw everything, and they would label every single thing they knew about the animal. I was like, I'm gonna be like that. So I was like, National Geographic, here I come. And so I get out the pen, I draw every single detail I can imagine. I write things about it. I'm like, long antenna, makes weird noise, collects in fours. And I was like, being scientific. And then I was like, so fucking proud of myself. I was like, damn, I gotta send this in to National Geographic. Like, what if you know? And so then my friends wake up. I'm like, yo, guys, look at this Joshua Tree bird I found. And then my friend Chris, he was like, bruh, he's like, that's a motherfucking quail.
Yo. Yo. And you thought you were on. You thought you had some.
Yo, look up a quail.
Not often to see a quail either. You know.
I was like, this is my fucking moment.
National
Like,
Geographic. I know you guys been around for a long time, but guess
you
what?
have never seen this.
Never
thing.
seen this bird before.
I was honest to God gonna send it in. Like, I want to find that picture for y'all to post it on
I
Instagram.
actually want to see the picture.
It's actually a pretty good drawing. But like, now that you know it's a quail, it's not a good drawing because it's like, bruh. But I have to find that notebook. It's a black notebook, and I will find it one day, and I will post it. The day I post it, I will let y'all know. But like, that's just how Joshua Tree makes you feel. It makes you think you're like a fucking explorer. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was definitely an astronaut on Joshua Tree.
yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on Joshua Tree. Pretty much, y'all need to go, especially if you're feeling like you need some alone time, or like a readjustment time.
A little bit of magic.
Yeah,
I feel like there's magic out there. I wasn't supposed to see a shooting star, but apparently they have it in October. But we're above. That's what I was saying. Like, they have shooting stars in October. It was September when I seen it. Yeah, it was crazy.
but like shooting stars actually happen a lot. We just don't pay attention, and we have too much light pollution.
Yeah, like me and Megan actually saw a shooting star together. We were driving. We're like, oh, that's a shooting star. I was like, Megan, somewhere.
In LA?
Yeah, in LA downtown.
There's a collective 3 stars in LA. You can look up at the sky and you see 3 stars.
We're literally driving 101. I was dropping her off, and we're talking da-da-da, and then we're just like,
wow. What if that's your thing? Like, my friend sees owls a lot. That's her thing. I don't know what I see.
maybe I see it with special people.
Maybe.
That's it.
But yeah, I mean, to wrap this up, I wanted to talk a little bit about, like, you know, what you're doing. I mean, you have a lot going on. Comedian, podcaster, musician.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about right now? What's kind of calling out to you right now?
What's calling out to me is just like, A, I'm a human being that's just exploring their arts. B, music is really taking a shape of momentum, I would say. It's got a lot more momentum than all the other arts right now. But that's not to say I do have comedy shows coming up on the 12th.
Wait, really? Of
Yeah,
November?
and the 19th, yeah.
Oh, this is going to come out like in February, but we will watch it
It's okay.
online.
I'm having comedy show. Like, I'm just like, they're sneaking in there. I was just like,
Yes.
I didn't want. Okay, I'll do it. Why not? Let's see how funny I am on the microphone. Oh, I'm still funny. And so hopefully that's what happened. Oh, it's February. Oh, I killed it. Fucking murdered it. Adam Sandler gave me a pat on the back. He's like, next movie, all about you. I'm like, yes. Thank you, Adam. About time you realize that. My music, fucking double, triples, gazillion gold, platinums. But it's not, it's really about music. It's really not even about the platinum or the gold. I just like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really like a fun outlet. And it's like, again, about the imagination. Like, holy shit. People like my imagination and they want to play with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's go. Like, let's play. And so, I mean, not to say I don't put effort into it, I do, but it's just like, this is my imagination coming to, and people are like playing melodies to songs I wrote. It's so fucking weird and so cool at the same time.
Yeah, something that came from your head is now like...
Yeah, songs are just fueled by emotion, like, and they're just like, oh shit, we can put a little rhythm guitar behind this and it can go. Like, let's go. So it's been having fun, and yeah.
How would you say to someone who maybe thinks they're not a creative person, like, how do you think they can access that? Or like,
Remember when you said you weren't an artist, and I was like, stop.
Me?
Yeah.
I guess because we think of art, we think literally like about painting, or we think like so literal.
No, we think about our as an artist is anyone that uses their imagination outside of what they should be doing, right? Like, I think you're a living, breathing artist. You're about to travel and just like, that's art. You're observing other people's cultures and also intertwining it with your own, and then like you're coming out with your own experiences. Like, it doesn't have to be a painting on the picture, but you're able to paint. Obviously, you drew a quail. But
Yo, it's actually really good.
Yeah,
I will find it.
And then that came out of like you traveled and you just did a painting. It doesn't like artist doesn't mean like, I don't know what an art like to me. I
think artist to me is doing it. Like, I think a lot of people think a lot, which was my problem for a long time.
Yeah,
it's like, will it stay in your imagination or will you actually do it? And I think that's what artists do. They actually like put it out. And so therefore they're making something.
Yeah.
So I think that's what my personal definition is, because I've done a lot of thinking in my life and not doing. And now since COVID, I'm like, no, we need to start doing shit.
Yeah, you're about to do it. Like, you don't have to do one thing. You can concentrate on one thing for a long time. Like I did concentrated on comedy for a long time. Like that's all I lived and breathed. Like for 10 years. But I also had a side interest of collecting music and doing music. Like, but I'm learning music. It's like you don't stop learning other things because you're doing one thing. But it's such a complex thing because you're just like, no one artist should just be doing one thing, but also like concentrate on one thing.
Yeah.
Because I did comedy so well and to like a level where I'm happy with, in music I can be humble, like, and just be like start all over again because I know the journey it takes to be
and because you mastered something else.
Yeah, I definitely mastered something else. So So now I'm just like, oh, I know I have to study this whole thing again, like study musicians, like I studied comedians. But I've been doing music all my life. Now I'm just like doing it. So it's cool. But traveling is very important to that. Like you're just like, oh, different sounds. Just nature sounds. Like I'm craving just fucking nature sounds. Like no, like nothing else could make me happy than just like ocean, trees, and like an animal that I don't know the sound of.
Yes.
And I'm just like a little freaked out. I'm just like,
what is that?
What is that? But yes, I know it's not going to rob me. I know it's not going to hurt me. Like, I just want to be.
They got their own world going.
Yeah, they got, bro.
They're on actual life and death shit.
Yo, in nature is so savage, bro. It is, you cannot sleep because you are being hunted at night too. It's not like I was just like, oh, we're not hungry at night. It's just like, no. Have you ever watched Hunted at Night by Netflix show? It's a nature show, but at night, and how these animals have to survive at night too. Just like, it was so stressful. I turned it off. I was like, this is stressful. Like, you mean to me, like, you're taking a nap and a lion walks up on you and just like, all right, you're going to die. Like, you cannot. Like, and some people have night vision, so they know where you are, and you don't have night vision, so you're going to die. Like, stop playing with me. I'm so happy I'm a human being.
I already know I'd be a camouflage animal, so I don't have to deal with that. I would just be like, you can't even see me.
I'd be, if I was an animal, I'd definitely be a whale.
I love whales.
Yeah,
I love whales.
You travel the world.
Yes.
You probably have one or two mates on the side.
And you're too big to like be fucked with.
Yeah, and they're just like, they could bite you, but they're not hurting you. They're just like, oh, fuck, that's a big ass whale. And then you're just in amazement when you come up to the surface like, yeah, I'm here. Oh
and people scream.
Yeah.
You can do shows. You can jump, and you hear screaming. You back down underwater.
Yeah.
Get up, scream.
Yeah. That's kind of how I want my entertainment life to go. Just like, yeah, you know, I'm big, I'm major, and just like, oh, and I'll come to the surface like, and then go back into the.
Whales are entertainers.
Well, they are entertainers, and they're the laziest of entertainers. They're just like, I'll just show up when I show up. Don't fucking call me and say it's whale season. The fuck out of here. Bitch, I'm coming there when I show up.
It's like Kanye. It's like, is he gonna come? We don't know.
It's like, it is. It's like one of those like, all right, I don't know if Lauryn Hill's gonna make it.
But we bought the ticket.
And that's all that matters. It is whale season though. It might be a sighting.
I love whales, but I do want to wrap this up and just want to give a shout out to y'all. You know, whoever's listening. Shout out today is going to Akron, Ohio. I see y'all listening. I am sorry, I've never been there. I've never been to Akron, Ohio. What's up with it? Is it visitable? If it's not, it's cool.
It's LeBron James City.
Okay, you hold LeBron James. So, wait, is he born there? Or just
he was born there.
Okay.
He was born there.
Okay, he was born in your city. And you're listening to this, and it's awesome. I don't have to say, honestly. Okay, just thank you for listening. I'm like, how do I connect LeBron James to this?
Okay, I'll do that. She lives in L.A. LeBron's out here in L.A. But Akron, you're listening. You're listening. And you know what, Akron? Thank you for giving us LeBron James. You know, he gave us a championship. But, you know, I know nothing about basketball. My name is Marie. I just like to travel, and I should not be talking about any sports or Ohio for that matter. But I'm sure Ohio has great cheese there and a great, great fan base. So they'll ride for you.
Yeah, thank you, Ralph and Ohio. And if you like this episode, share it with your friend, your mom, a cat, a dog, whatever you want to share it with. Just share it. Yeah. Share it. And then, that's pretty much it. We had such a good time. I had a good time, at least.
What's your name?
What's my name?
What's your name? Don't they know your name? Are you not going to say?
Marie.
Okay.
They definitely. Well, maybe y'all don't know that.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, what is your name?
Yeah, what's your name?
Season 3. We don't know. Guys, my name's Marie. Okay. And thanks for coming on, Ralph/SOURJACK.
Yeah.
We're going to play some of your music after this.
I gave her my love, I gave her my sympathy, I gave her my time, and she flipped that shit on me. Oh, who to trust? I gave her attention, I gave her time alone, but all she wanted was just to look at my phone. Oh, who to trust? She took a shot, my baby was loaded and nothing inside. Oh, I didn't even notice. So who to trust? I wanna know why, wanna know why, wanna know why, wanna know why you playing on my phone. Gave her my love, she ran my ambition. She tearing me down, don't know what she missing. She testing my faith, I'm catching her sinning. She bringing me down, don't know where I fit in. She took the lead and made me a sidekick. Already told her I don't need a side chick. Your insecurity isn't embodied. Gave you the code, what you think I'm hiding? Oh. I wanna know why, wanna know why, wanna know why, wanna know why